let's talk about the final damage M and Ws in a little bit more detail. In addition to this type of M and W, there's another type called the final damage M or W. If you see a W where the second peak is a lower low than the first peak and the second peak is a hammer, that's what we call at TTC a final damage W. What it means is either the market makers are spiking the stops of the traders who got it right on the first low, or they didn't get enough commitment on the first low, so they have to drop it again lower to pick up more contracts. This works the same way with the M having a higher high in comparison to the first peak. So let's say the trader picked the bottom and opened a long position and had a really nice tight stop loss. The market maker moves away from the range and realizes they haven't picked up enough contracts, so they come back, drop price a little lower than the first peak, and at this point they've triggered the stop losses of the first traders, but those traders were actually right about the direction. They just had too tight a stop loss and the market maker needed more contracts, and stop losses are the easiest way for the market maker to get those contracts. So when you see a lower low W, as long as it's at the low of the week or the low of the day, it has to be in the right place. Or you see an M but it's at the high of the day or the high of the week, that's still a valid W or M formation that can play out. If you want to trade them, you're going to be looking for a hammer on the 15-minute time frame on the second peak of the W, or an inverted hammer on the second peak of the M. That's the only time you could say it's a final damage M or W. So this type of M or W is still a valid M or W, but if trying to trade it, your chance of being wrong are higher because technically the market structure hasn't changed. So now that you understand, if you see a hammer and you are happy to take it, then just take it because it would likely be a better risk to reward, but it's up to you. Once you journal everything and you see how often those types of trade setups play out for you, then you'll know if it's something you should continue doing for yourself or not. Some people are going to pick final damage M's and W's beautifully, and some people just won't. So whilst the method is so rule-based, there are still rules within the method that you're going to have to come up with for yourself for your own trading, because at the end of the day, it's your personality that adds to it as well. So that's why rules will differ person to person.